the mood of the people of Tripura is for a change. That is very, very clear. It is not so much of saying that for this policy I am supporting you, I am supporting the left front, I am supporting this combination of secular forces, but it is to restore the rule of law, restore peace and democracy in the state. That is the overwhelming sentiment of the people that is very, very palpable and visible. And that could be gauged by the fact that the reign of terror that was unleashed, the attacks on democratic norms and practices that took place in the last 5 years, coupled with very, very deep misrule and corruption. These were the dominant issues that people were coming voluntarily and informing me, saying that you please end this rule and help us to live a normal life without harassment and repression. So that was the first sentiment that I would like to express to all of you, that the people of Tripura want relief. They want relief from this sort of an oppressive rule, and they want normal governance and solution to their problems. Another factor which I would like to draw your attention is that looking at this mood of the people, there seems to be a very desperate urge to overcome the people's dissatisfaction against this BJP misrule by big use of money and muscle power. Already reports have come in that directly from the central government and misusing central government agencies, money power has already begun to be distributed, and this way they are distorting democracy and a level playing field. Secondly, there are also threats and intimidations that have begun. For 3 days before the polling, the general apprehension is that there could be very serious law and order problems created by the BJP. And this is possible, this can be possible, only if there is a tacit support or a permission given unofficially by the administration. This has to be stopped. We have appealed to the Election Commission at Delhi, the Central Election Commission. Our delegation will go and meet the Chief Electoral Commission in Delhi today and urge upon him that according to the Constitution of India, the Election Commission is the only authority that has the powers and the mandate to ensure a free and fair election. And they should make sure that such gross misuse of administrative positions by the BJP, central and the state governments, that should be immediately stopped. Secondly, the elections must be conducted under the strict provision of the central forces that the Election Commission will send. And the voter intimidation that Tripura has seen in the past, if that has to stop, it should be the central forces and not forces drawn from BJP ruled states that we hear are being deployed here. In a general election, we can understand state governments being asked to assist the holding of the conduct of the elections because of the shortage of forces. But in this sort of an election, where there are only just 3 states which are going into election now, that too in the northeast, this cannot be an excuse that there is a shortage of central paramilitary forces. So that must be seriously examined and curbed by the Election Commission. But the protection to the voters and the confidence that must be given cannot be confined only to the polling booth. This has to be given through a general campaign conducted by the Election Commission. They have done it in the past. So they come with their own problems. They come with the promises that the last, BJP made 5 years ago about teachers' recruitment. The reality is 10 lakh teachers. The number has reduced. About Rega, 10,000 has reduced. Rega, it was the highest in the country. And from the center, people were actually surprised how Tripura could give so many mandates in a year, which major states could not give. It crossed at one time 92 days in a year. Now it has come down to 8 days. 8. You have the various other promises that were done, the Forest Rights Act. Tripura had the highest number of pattas being given to tribals for ownership of the forest land in the country. That has virtually been destroyed. We were because we traditionally have our left government, CPI-M-led government in Kerala, we were very surprised that for 1 year Tripura surpassed Kerala in being the most illiterate state in the country. Today, it has gone back and fallen back into being one of the more illiterate states in the country. These 5 years have seen also this total, not merely misrule, but actually a drastic fall in people's livelihood conditions and levels.
The political parties, they set their agenda. They release their manifesto, and accordingly, they motivate the people to vote in favor of that party or that alliance. But this time, it is very much unprecedented and also very much significant that people themselves, they have set their agenda. That, of course, the development, etc., it is very much essential. But unless rule of law and the democratic environment that does not prevail, then nothing happens. So that's why to defeat this anti-people and also the party which does not have any respect to the Indian Constitution, this government must go. This party should be defeated. And accordingly, today, in these elections, that there are, peoples are almost, it is divided in two camps. In one hand, the BJP and all its, that is other, what will say, the rallies, those who are against the people, against the people's policy and democracy. In other hand, all secular democratic forces are together. And we, the left, we are leading this camp, and we are getting tremendous response. And why I am saying so, that the areas in the state of Tripura, even till 59th month of this 5 years rule, there were number of areas. There any democratic activity of any opposition political party, it was restricted, disbanded. That is, physical attack, other thing happens. The party offices are destroyed and not allowed to, that is, function from there. Even while we sought the assistance or the support from the administration, that also was not available. But during this time, almost everywhere, people from their own, the opposition political parties from their own, by the support of the people, party offices, it has started functioning and activities are on. So this is the sign of the people's mood, that democracy and rule of law should prevail in the state of Tripura. And this election, the people, they are, that is, taking it as an advantage to exercise they are that responsibility as an patriotic citizen. Then secondly, I like to cite another thing, that how this BJP is bankrupt. During last 5 years, you know, in 2018 elections, they have made tall promises. Through their vision document, 299 promises they have provided. And in all these promises, the earmark was that what left-front government achieved in last 25 years, in every sector, either it is job, either it is infrastructure, either it is pay and salary, either it is any kind of benefit, there will be minimum double, even redouble and more. And they termed it as the double engine government. So double engine government will do everything whatever that is during last 25 years the left-front government achieved. But this time, yesterday, their president, national president, Mr. 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘 have released their poll promises in the name of the 𝗟𝗜𝗩𝗘 Shrestha Tripura Sankalpatra 2023. There, that 200, no mention of that, what they have achieved during last 5 years, that tall promises, except some very false claim like that. What they are saying that 7 central pay commission to the employees have been implemented. Nothing. Even the legitimate DA also not released. What was that is due during last 5 years, only half of the DA released today. Nothing about the Central Pay Commission or 7 Pay Commission. Then they have claimed that there are so many other false claims they made in their Sankalp Patra before coming to their new promises. That is, nothing has been done, say, on the education, on the farmers' welfare. Everywhere that is all hollow. There's nothing that is there in any substance to mention what during last 5 years they have done. Actually, nothing has been done except that unleashing the reign of terror and exploiting the people and butchering the democracy. So if there is anything to claim during last 5 years they have achieved, only those things. Now, they have made the 24 points Sankalpa Patra. And what is there? There are some schemes. Actually, that schemes are not implemented by the state government. Say, the Ujjwala Yojana or any health insurance, etc. So, central government can't implement any such project, particularly for any particular state, any single state. If Ujjwala Yojana or the health program has to be implemented in the central project, central schemes, it has to come from there. But they have put it in their promises. And secondly, how funny they ridicule the people, and not ridiculing, it is actually insult to the indigenous people, the tribal people of the state. Establish the Maharaja 𝗣𝗡𝗙𝗏𝗡 Tribal University in Gandasara. It is again ridiculing the people. In their 2018 manifesto, there were the promises that in each and every constituency there will be a degree college, where no degree college is there. That is about 40 to 45 degree college supposed to be there in during last 5 years. Then there are the promises of that medical college in each district, and first medical college will come up there in Dhalai district. And you know, our one MP, she is called in Tripura 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏 and became the minister, 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏 Bhumik. In Udaipur, she declared that not only in Ambassa, that medical college is coming up in Udaipur also in her constituency. But today, that colleges, that medical colleges, universities, all missing.